All right, hello beautiful Pisces people. My name is Jessica from Prospect Park Tarot, and I'm here to deliver to you your monthly reading for the month of September 2020. This reading will cover basically the general energies of the month. If there's anything that you need to look out for, be mindful of, or work towards, we will find all of that out in just a second. So without further ado, we will begin with our prayer. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Spirit, for using me as a vessel to transmit those messages that you believe the Pisces people should receive at this time. I ask for confidence, I ask for clarity, and I ask for cohesion as we embark upon this reading together to give the Pisces people what they need and or what they need to hear for the month of September 2020. And now the reading will begin once the first card falls. Thank you so much. All right, so we're starting with Judgment. That's a beautiful card to start with, right? So the way we're going to do this reading, it's going to be a 9-card spread, so 9 main cards and then 1 card on the side for the underlying energy as we approach everything else that we've talked about. And then we will pull 3 oracle cards and 1 divine feminine oracle card. Anyways, let's focus. So the first card you all have coming out is Judgment. Judgment really makes me think about the Pisces people because I feel like the Pisces people are very spiritually inclined. It's kind of like they have that connection almost without trying, almost like a second friend on their shoulder. And that's the feeling I get with this Judgment card. The Judgment is an invitation to a rebirth, right? The Judgment is spirit saying, hey, remember how you did this, remember how you did that, and you probably didn't like it, or you probably thought it didn't suit you, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you understand it. Okay, yeah, you looked at it. Okay, now we can move forward, right? This is that feeling of, okay, I'm shedding that old skin, I'm shedding that dense skin, and I'm moving towards a place that allows me to be lighter. So this could be you dealing with some problems. We don't know the nature of those problems, obviously, because this is just 1 card. But it could be relationship issues, it could be job issues, but it could have been something that weighed you down, that weighed your physical body down. So there's this need to refresh and rebirth. And you're given the opportunity at the beginning of the month to deal with problems really, not really easy, but easier, or having that spiritual guidance to lead you. Let's continue. What's next for the beautiful Pisces people? Thank you so much. The next one we have is the 2 of Wands. Definitely moving forward, definitely moving away. This could be moving away from a situation. This could be planning your next endeavor, right? If you're working in an organization or if you're working in school or whatever the case may be, this is somebody who's planning. This is somebody who's getting the work done ahead of time. These are the metrics that I want to meet by this set time. This is somebody who is ready to attack. They're ready to move forward, but before they move forward, they got to make sure that they're planning and everything is solid before they can move forward. I want to get some clarification on that. What are we planning about, or what can that lead us to? Thank you so much. We have the 6 of Wands. Oh, I love that for you guys. You guys may be reconnecting with people. Definitely, I get the feeling of maybe you're planning to see some friends. Maybe, you could also be moving away from some friends or some relationships as well, because they may not suit this vision that you have of the future, right? But I definitely get the feeling that you are planning to connect. You are planning to engage with other people. What are you guys up to? Interesting. They're both Wands. Okay, let's continue. Thank you so much. What's next for the Pisces people? All right, so we have the High Priestess in the reverse, okay? The High Priestess is really your Pisces energy. This is that spiritual connection. This is that intuitive connection, but it's in the reverse. So let's talk about that. When I see the High Priestess in the reverse, I get the feeling of some kind of impatience, right? There's this feeling of, I'm not getting the answers quick enough. I'm not getting what I want quick enough, and it's really annoying me, right? When I see this, there's definitely a need for patience. There's definitely a need to hold on to that faith, even though if you're feeling any delays, right? If there's any delays in the process that you're moving towards, this card shows me that there's no need to lose faith. There's no need to get restless about the situation. If things aren't moving fast enough, take that opportunity to take a break, right? Lay down, call some friends, but just chill out, because this High Priestess is still High Priestess. Upright or reverse, right? It's major arcana. So either way it goes, that spiritual connection is still there. That guidance is still there. But the more you force it, the more you say, come on, come on, come on, I don't get it, I don't get it, I don't get it, the more it's going to elude you, right? Elude you. So you want to keep your eyes on the prize. And if you feel yourself getting impatient, say thank you God, thank you Spirit, because I know that I can take a break until we are ready to start moving again. Let's continue. All right, so we have the 9 of Swords coming up next. Some kind of stress, some kind of anxiety, some kind of worry. This could be the loss of some kind of relationship that was important to you. This, when I see the 9 of Swords, I get the feeling of somebody being met with their emotional selves, right? And it's like, oh my God, I have that in me. Oh my gosh, I feel those things. That's what I get with this 9 of Swords, because she's looking away from all these crows. She's saying, no, this is too scary. But all of these things talk about the images and the issues that go on in our mind, that float around in our mind. So with the 9 of Swords, I get the feeling of you're being confronted with yourself. You're being confronted with your shadows, confronted with those negative emotions. And it's saying, can you look at me? Can you see me? And can you move past me? Because you have this one right here that's like, please work with me, girl. I'm trying to get these crows out of here, but I need you to look up. Because when you look up, you'll realize they're a figment of your imagination, and they'll go away. And also, I want to point out that this card falls under the Judgment card. So you are most definitely, if it's a breakup, if it's the loss of a job, the loss of whatever kind of opportunity, there's this need to look. Just look at what hurts, right? And just examine it for a second, and maybe list out each and every one of these worries that you're having. And then when you list them out, you realize, okay, that is who I am. Okay, yeah, it does hurt. Or yeah, okay, it is scary. But what next? You allow your light body to take over, right? Because you let go of whatever dead weight that is too dense to float with you, that is too dense to rise with you. But there's definitely this feeling of getting to know yourself a little better, especially with this Judgment. It's like, okay, you get that now, right? You understand how you operate. Now, let's move forward with that knowledge that you have. But with this 9 of Swords, it can be negative. It can be negative if you allow it to be. But I feel like in hindsight, you will really understand the choices that you had. You'll really get to understand yourself a little better, understand how you respond to situations a little better. And when you move into that lighter body, once you move away from these problems, you'll realize that, okay, I did handle that, or I could handle that. And it wasn't as dire as I thought it was. But it may have been necessary, right? All right. The heart of your reading is the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups talks about nostalgia. These could be talking about memories of the past. These could be talking about reconciling your present with your past and how that influences your future. Also, this falls right under the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So I get the feeling of, there's a part of yourself, there's childhood parts of yourself that want certain things, right? You know, that 6-year-old part of ourselves that said, oh, I want to be this. I want to have these things. There's this feeling of getting to know that and getting to know your childhood desires and how you can fulfill those for yourself as an adult, as a grown person. Also, I want to get some clarification on this one as well. But with it being right beside this 9 of Swords, I get the feeling of you're understanding how your processes work. You're understanding how a lot of what you are is influenced by a lot of what you were. Okay? But let's get some clarification. Thank you so much. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So it flipped out in the upright, but when it dropped in the reverse. So either way it goes, this is karma, right? This is fortune. This is surprises. This is gifts. There could be someone from your past coming back, or someone from your past kind of holding a bigger role in some way or another. But I don't think it is a scary situation or a scary position. I really do feel like this is some kind of gift that you needed. There's something that you are, I want to make this very clear to you guys. So we have about 5 main cards that just dropped right now. I want to explain this before we move forward. There's a feeling of needing to shed some kind of issue to move forward, but I see that might happen easier than not, okay? but I also see some kind of restless energy with, come on, this is not what I want, right? And I feel like with this Six of Cups and this Wheel of Fortune card, you're being met with both of those. The things that are stressing you out and the things that aren't working fast enough resonate with who you were as a child, right? Resonate with what you wanted when you were younger, or how you were raised, or whatever the case may be. Or it could be somebody in your past just kind of reminding you of where you came from, kind of bringing you back down to earth. But we do have the Wheel on top of that, so I feel like that can be some kind of reward for you, something that kind of propels you forward when you felt stuck. Let's continue. I definitely feel like time will begin to move more flowy. That's not a word, but it is now, towards the middle of the month. Thank you so much. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, and the same thing with the Wheel of Fortune. It came out upright and then it flipped to the reverse. So we're going to read both meanings of this. When I see the Page of Pentacles, I think of somebody who needs to study. I think of somebody who needs to be practical. Same thing again, needing to plan. There's a feeling of you getting very organized right now, okay? So if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're not moving, organize your space, organize your time, organize whatever, you know, but get it in order, because that's what I get with this Page of Pentacles. This person's doing the work. It might be boring, unfulfilling, but there's kind of this need to do this before we move forward, right? And then with it being in the reverse, some other people, so this could be half and half, right? If you're still with us. The other half of you may be feeling very lazy, and it might be triggered by this perceived disconnection from your intuition. So it's like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel connected to spirit. So I don't know what to do, so I'm just not going to do anything, right? If that's you, okay, you know, if nothing's happening, nothing has to happen all the time. Your life doesn't have to be an action movie, but at the same time, be grateful for the break that you have if you find yourself having a break. And if you have nothing at all to do, organize, right? Look again at your life goals. Look again at your future goals, right? If you've just went through a situation, a breakup, or some kind of emotional discontent or turmoil, organize those feelings and take a deeper look at them. Let's continue. Thank you so much for the Pisces people for September 2020. Thank you so much. We have the Empress card. I love that. We have the Empress card. Okay. The Empress card, I love the Empress card. The Empress card is maternal energy. So this could be talking about your mothers, right? Or this could be talking about those maternal figures in your life kind of having a larger impact on you. Also, this can turn about you just being a very creative person at this time. It's kind of like whatever you touch turns green, okay? Whether monetarily or whether it just grows that way. But you're taking whatever time that is affecting you at the beginning of the month, it's genuinely giving you what you need to move forward. Maybe it's a new perspective of looking at a situation like, oh, this didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out, so I'm going to do it this way. And when you do it this way, you have the Empress. Some of you may be welcoming children into your life, or new creative projects. You might be working on projects, planning on working on projects with new people. But I do see a lot of planning, more planning than action, I'll tell you that much. A lot more planning, but I'm getting the feeling of abundance and fruitfulness with this Empress here. I really love that. It's kind of like a breath of relief, like a sigh of relief. Thank you so much. We have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands talks about petty conflicts that we may have with other people or ourselves. So this could be the need, again, to organize people around you or organize your time. When I see the Five of Wands, I get the feeling of chaos. I get the feeling of things being kind of unruly. There's a need to cleanse your area, right? There's a need to kind of clean up your area, whether it's your room, whether it's your agenda, whether it's your friends, but there's this need to clean it up so you can move forward and so you can see what you need to see and not be so distracted by whatever these situations might be. I also want to get a clarification on that though. Thank you so much. We had two cards that came out. Oh, okay. Okay, some of you might have been dealing with some kind of breakup. And I say that again because we have the Ten of Swords and we have the Hermit. But I want to show you something. You have the Nine of Swords first. So whatever the situation is, you are walking out of it. You are leaving it. But there's this feeling of that situation's done. Period. That situation's done. And you might find yourself independent for a while. You might find yourself having to make certain decisions that you didn't have to make before. You might find yourself needing to get quiet and do that soul searching. But there's definitely this need to wade through all of those emotions that you may be feeling. Wade through whatever's changing in your life and get them structured and get them organized, because Pisces people, there's this need to rise above a certain situation. There's a need to elevate to a new level, and in order to do that, you need your ducks in a row. Okay? You need your ducks in a row, because there's this challenge coming, and a lot of times when we're challenged, our brain starts frazzling. So Spirit's saying, I know this is happening, I know you're impatient, but get it in order. Get it together, right? Because you are not alone. You got this Judgment card starting off your reading. And let's get the last card for this spread. I know I'm just talking, y'all. Thank you so much. And the last one we have is the Knight of Swords. Ending your 9-card spread. So we start with the Judgment card. You're getting lighter. You're coming to terms with who you are, what you've been through, and you're becoming lighter after that. And you're becoming more knowledgeable after that. But in the middle, there's this feeling of frustration of, come on, happen a little quicker. Of, come on, this part's kind of boring, whatever the case may be. But by the end of the month, you're back on, right? By the end of the month, you're saying, all right, come on, let's go. Also, a word of caution with this Knight of Swords. I also get the feeling of the need for caution, right? There could be this restless energy that says go, 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 but make sure that you're not going so fast that you forget to, again, put your ducks in a row, that you forget to, again, do your research and read whatever you got to read to make sure that whatever decisions you're going to make or wherever you're moving forward is right for you, right? So definitely heed with caution. Pay attention. Pay attention to the road ahead of you. This is your underlying energy. Pay attention to the road ahead of you. Be responsible, but I definitely feel like you are moving forward, right? After whatever situation this was, to bring you back down to earth, to bring you closer to yourself. Although you felt like you probably were so far away from yourself, you were actually getting very close to a side of yourself that maybe you weren't accustomed to, or maybe you don't like to visit as much, but it's always a gift. It's always a gift. All right, let's get into this underlying energy. You have the Four of Wands. So I definitely feel like everything that we talked about in this reading has to do with people. People relationship-wise, romantically, whether it's friends or business partners. I feel like you are deepening connections with people, maybe even deepening connections with people from your past. Maybe you are gaining opportunities from people in your past, but there's also maybe one or two people who have humbled you a little bit, right? Or tried to. They tried to, and then you know what you did? You sat down, you said, how do I feel? Oh, I feel like this, and that, and that. Which of these can I handle? Oh, all of them? Okay, that's all I need to know, right? And then we're moving forward, but I definitely see a lot of people this month being around a lot of people. I feel like that's the trend for a lot of months for you guys. Also, if you're the loner type, right? If you're the loner type, try stretching yourself to be around people, right? If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling stagnant, maybe join a club. Maybe, follow some people, message some people, hang out with some people, however you can work that out. But definitely with the Four of Wands being in your underlying energy, I get the feeling of your rewards are coming from the people you hang out with, as well as the things that don't feel like rewards. All right, let's get some 3 oracle cards from the Rebel Oracle deck, and then we will close out your reading after we do your Divine Feminine Oracle. All right, perfect. So the first one says, you are the best thing to ever happen to you. Go easy on your own ass. Buy your own damn drink, right? Fuck whoever they were. Fuck them. Sorry. Not sorry. You do you. Yeah. Pisces people, I'm just letting you know, it may have felt like you were getting humbled, but you're not. I mean, be humble, of course, but not on anybody else's terms, if that makes sense. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. Ever. And the last one says, put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. Okay, let's get one Divine Feminine Oracle, and then we'll close out your reading. Thank you so much. So we have Inanna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. That sounds a lot like the Judgment card. This is the card. So give me just 1 second. This card comes with a booklet. I'm going to read the meaning to you, the deeper meaning of it. And then you are all free to go and live your best September 2020 and beyond. All right, perfect. This card goes into the depths of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground. We're saying, hey, oh, that's me too? Cool, I love her. She's beautiful, right? He's beautiful, right? She courageously descends and faces the aspects of herself that are hard to get to when she's fully dressed or cloaked heavenly in the ego. This card is an invitation to get naked. She wants us to drop our defenses. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. As above, so below. This is an alchemical adage that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark cages where we place parts of ourselves, the truth that exists there also exists right here on the surface of our everyday lives. So if we are exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it is actually playing a large role in our conscious life. When we can face what we think is dark or negative about us, I mean, really embrace it and see it for what it is, a beautiful broken place that's a call for love, then we can emerge more whole. We can marry the light and dark aspects of our being, and in uniting with our twin sister from the depths, we can stop projecting her onto other women. We can see and own the hot mess we often are and not get sabotaged by it. The light must cast a shadow, and the high priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. And you got the high priestess, right? So let's look at those shadows this month, right? Let's look at whatever's making us feel very humble, and let's love it, and let's give it attention, and let's give it time and all of our love, because that's what's going to help us move forward, and that's what's going to give us the great strategies that we need to move forward. Anyways, thank you so much, Pisces people, for sticking around with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your month, and we will speak very soon. All right, bye-bye.